you're a music fan, you use Shazam to discover new songs. Our next guest has developed a similar app, but for wine. Drync allows users to take a picture of a wine label. The app identifies the bottle and lets users make purchases right from their phones. Brad Rosen is here. He is the founder and CEO of Drync. Brad, very glad to see you. A subject near and dear to my own heart, so
Right.
Even more so than average. You came up with the idea of this app while you were traveling in Italy, right? So I'm
That's
curious,
right.
were you writing down the wine tickets, the wine bottle labels on a napkin, on your iPhone? How are you doing it?
Yeah, I mean, previous to that, that's exactly what we were doing. But in Italy, we had the epiphany. We had, it's 2008, iPhone, the App Store had just launched. We had the epiphany that, number one, what a great way to track your wine life than to use your phone.
I like that phrase anyway,
Yeah.
your wine life.
Yeah, it's our wine lives, We want to remember what we drink. We have these experiences, and that was the epiphany. You're having this experience with the wine. What better time to buy the wine than that moment?
So you thought of this in 2008, but I know the app that you launched is only basically 2 weeks old, right? So you had one iteration, and now this is the super iteration.
Yeah, we bootstrapped it from 2008. I came back from that trip. Like a good entrepreneur, I did my research. I found a $300 billion industry, 100 million wine drinkers in the U.S. Basically no disruption since, for 80 years. So that seemed like a good opportunity. Some friends and I built the app. Fast forward to about 250,000 users, 2011. We decided to take it more seriously. We won a prestigious business plan competition, and then fast forward to today.
You have about 1 million users, or you will by
the
year's
end of the year.
What is your goal? What is the metric that's going to let you know that it's successful by your measure?
Yeah, I mean, I think that even right now we're feeling that we're successful because we understand the unit economics. It's working. So now we're getting into the scaling mode. We raised a bit of money to accelerate the marketing.
Which is angel money, right?
Angel money so far, right? And we'll do Series A at some point soon. So I think that once we get to 100,000 customers, this is a real viable business.
As far as what happens, in other words, if I put my iPhone up here and I click on this label, and then I can buy it right away. I mean, it's almost it's like iTunes, right? How did you work that out with the distributors? I mean, are they getting a cut of this? How does this all work? Yeah,
it's a really, really cool and very complicated system. We have about 2 million wines in the database. We have high-quality images for them. When you snap a photo, we use image recognition. We identify it immediately. On the back end, we get feeds from retailers in, and we match those using algorithms to those bottles in our database, so that when you take the photograph, we have, it comes back with results and a confidence measure, and
so what if I somehow find some really sleepy little vineyard and I take a photo and it's not in your database? Then what?
Yeah, in that situation, at least you can track the wine, you can remember it, you can make notes, you can share it with friends, and then we'll notify you if we can. Yeah. So we've got another service we call a concierge, where we'll actually go out and try to source it for you, even if it's outside of our fulfillment network.
And then based on, you have 2 really nice bottles here, but based on, let's say, if I do like Bourgogne, then are you going to be suggesting with that algorithm, does that also help me discover other things that I might like?
It will do really shortly. That's sort of, when we think of expansion, we think of relevant wine discovery, and so we'll learn your palate, we'll see what your friends are drinking, we'll start to suggest new wines to you.
Okay, well, that's very promising. Now, I know for the moment it's only on iPhone, right? But you're going to be building an Android-compatible system fairly soon.
Absolutely.
And is that year-end? Or is that just a rolling
I'd like
deadline?
to think so.
As far as working with angels, I'm just curious, did people understand this right away? Because it's one of these ideas that now that it's done, I can say, of course this should have been done, but you thought of it first.
I mean, the cool thing is, investors like wine. And so when I
most people
most
like
investors
wine.
a lot of people, 100 million, but when I explain this to investors, they get it immediately. They understand both the instantaneous purchase concept and also the discovery.
What's been the coolest thing about working on this?
I mean, it is really cool to see orders come in. After working on this for 4 years, where it was just a tool that we built for ourselves, and then connecting the value chain together so that we can sell wine, and we see orders coming in, a lot of them, every day. That is extremely exhilarating.
All right, well, I'm sure you have just made a lot of new fans. Thank you very much for coming in. Brad Rosen joining us there, founder and CEO of Drync. Shazam, if you like, for wines. And I have one message from one colleague saying that she just downloaded it. So there you go, Brad. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break.